in on the new ad campaign featuring controversial quarterback Colin Kaepernick. The first commercial airs during the NFL season opener. Here's the preview.
If people say your dreams are crazy, if they laugh at what you think you can do, good. Stay that way. Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything. So don't ask if your dreams are crazy. Ask if they're crazy enough.
So, guys, I mean, I'm watching that, and, you know, obviously this is a very controversial topic. I've been social media hated on because I've discussed it a little bit myself. But, you know, my take is on this. Colin Kaepernick, you know, he was an athlete. I don't know if he's Serena Williams level because she's also in this commercial. My biggest concern here is the word sacrifice. And what is it that he actually sacrificed? And although I'm not a huge sports fanatic, he wasn't necessarily in the prime of his career during all this. So it's not like he gave up something big. But now he's definitely a face, and he definitely has some new money coming in because of all this controversy. So what is your take on it?
All right. Here's what bugs me about the story. I'm so against talking about this story because that has been the strategy behind this all along. It's not about the action, but the reaction, the ripple effect created by this decision gets free media. We played the ad that Nike did not have to pay for. What bugs me is that we're all in on this. Because if we really were disgusted by Nike, we wouldn't give the oxygen to Nike. We wouldn't play the ad. But we know that this makes good TV. It's good outrage TV. The people that are for Colin love the response they're getting. And I just want to quote Scott Adams, just one more thing and I'll shut up.
Drink.
The real harmful part of these ads is encouraging kids to take part in harmful activity that risks permanent injury. The skateboarding, to prove that you can skateboard on a rail, offers no transferable skills later in life other than perhaps you might have a head injury, and that's not transferable. So that, believing that that's an achievement and don't quit, that's the absurdity.
Well, my son is currently on crutches right now because he had ankle surgery from a skateboarding injury.
There you go.
So
I am like an
She's a
expert.
doctor.
I am an expert.
Yeah, I agree with you in that a part of it is just that, you know, like any billion-dollar brand, Nike employs some of the world's best marketers, and they knew exactly what they're doing here. This isn't altruistic in any sort. This is a marketing ploy, and it's going to work. What do you think, Dana?
Well, I've been trying to figure out a way. How do you look past this, from a paradigm shift, or like 3 weeks from now? Like, there are obviously people who are very excited about this ad, and they really believe that Colin Kaepernick has sacrificed something. So if you have someone like ourselves who are saying, what did he really sacrifice? Because he didn't really have what it took to be on a great team anymore. And now he made a decision. There were consequences for that decision. I think there's a lesson in that, right? There's consequences for that decision. Consequence for him is that he ends up being able to be extremely famous.
Millions.
And he got a lot of money for this. But he's also, I don't doubt that he believes in what he's saying. We believe in what we're saying.
He hates
cops.
cops.
I just don't see how to bring them together. I'm at a loss for that, and I'm sad about it.
It's the socks.
Yeah.
Big and Rich, is that who did the socks?
No, I'm talking about the socks that he wore. That'll always be in my craw.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, that is absolutely going against police enforcement. That's a whole other thing. I mean, Jesse, what are your takes on this? I mean, has Nike now stepped into the political debate?
Yes, they have, and the NFL is not happy about it. Nike stock took a big beating, and then it stabilized the next day. But they know how to make millions and billions of dollars. So, you know, if I knew how to do that, I'd probably be on vacation or working for Nike. So they're going to do what they're going to do.
So sorry you're here, Jesse.
They probably have a... Listen, if I was worth what Nike was worth, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be on the 5. I'd be at a beach with a pina colada. But with that said... The myth of Colin Kaepernick, that's what this is about. He was created by the media. He was 1-11 the last year. Remember, he was benched. Okay, then they brought him back in. He went 1-11. He was on a year-to-year contract, which was performance-based, because his agent and the Niners knew he wasn't that good. Defenses figured him out. He was a running quarterback, couldn't read defenses, had a semi-accurate arm, and he was on the downslope of his career. He started kneeling because he knew he was getting cut and tried to reinvent himself, and the media came in and they made this guy a hero when he didn't deserve it, because the real heroes are the cops on his socks that he mocked.
Well, don't forget, he didn't start by kneeling. He started by sitting on the bench. He didn't even show that respect. It wasn't until someone pointed out that that is actually disrespectful to our
Right,
veterans.
and he won't even go on a TV show that's going to ask him tough questions. He hides.
My question for you is, do you think this is Nike taking a stance on discrimination, or is this just a marketing ploy and they're happy to reap the financial benefits over the long term?
Well, of course they're happy to reap financial benefit. They also took a little bit of a hit, but as Jessie pointed out, they've rebounded financially, and I think they're going to rebound even further because they understand, and the statistics show this, that people, young people in specific, but people who buy athletic gear love this idea of taking a stand on a social issue and demonstrating that you're willing to take the punishment, that you're willing to make the sacrifice. You know, I disagree with you guys. I think Colin Kaepernick is better than most of the backup quarterbacks in the NFL.
Not anymore.
But I must say that the guy who made this, Jessie, is not Colin Kaepernick, who started this, and it got really meager attention until Donald Trump got in and then started calling NFL players SOBs.
We were talking about Kaepernick on Fox News for a year and a half before Trump got involved.
You go back and check about
Check the tapes, Juan.
You check and see.
Producers pull the tapes.
Awesome. But here's the thing. I think that the police union really had a terrific response on this because they said, we're not calling for any boycott of Nike, but guess what? Police officers make sacrifices too every day.
Well,
and I think that's a measured and thoughtful response, unlike some of the blowhards at 1600 Pennsylvania.
Well, we're just contributing to this entire thing by continuing to talk about it. So we're going to move on now.